Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Tuesday Talks with the Conways.
Um,
I'm Chris.
I'm Courtney.
And we're trying not to talk over each other. We're just both so excited.
Yes.
This is going to be a fantastic topic, and we're going to have a lot of good conversation. So hopefully, we got a lot of responses. Feel free to please chime in with your comments, questions, concerns. But this is definitely one of our favorite topics, and we've touched on similar-ish
Mhm.
topics before. But as we're progressing closer and closer to our goal, and as we know that you are also progressing closer to your goal, this is going to be very, very important. So feel free to chime in. And hello, Adina. We're glad to have you here. All of our people on Instagram and Facebook. If you're new here, feel free to comment to where you're watching from, and what kind of goals you have for your weight loss journey. But as always, we love our regulars too.
Yes.
Did you want to kind of introduce our topic a little bit?
Yes. Tonight's topic is from start to strong, loving your body through it all. This is something that I am very, 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 very passionate about. So I was very excited about this topic when we decided to. I actually didn't give him an option. I was just like, "This is a topic. That's what we're talking about."
Hi,
So,
Nancy.
hello, Nancy.
Yes. So this is a really important, and like I said, topic that we've made the comment in particular. I've made the comment that we need to love our body in its current state, so that we'll be able to and better prepped and suited to love our body when we get to our goal and to our closer to our goal weight. So this is really kind of along that lines, is loving your body, self-esteem issues. I've always had self-esteem issues. I've always been larger. I don't think I've had a flat stomach since I was in sixth grade, and I'm 38 now.
I never had a flat stomach, so.
So we've both had and
Mhm.
struggled with self-esteem issues. And Courtney, even now to this day, she'll send me her transformation Tuesday photos, and I'm like, is there a difference? Not being able to tell, when in my mind I think it's obvious, in
Yeah,
her mind it's
he
not.
asked me the other day if I'm punking him. I was like, "No, I really don't see a difference. Like,
Mhm.
is there a difference?"
So there's lots of stuff going on, whether it's self-esteem issues, body dysmorphia, all of those are real. And so we're going to hopefully give you a lot of encouragement to help get you past those things. And we're constant, like I said, we're even now we're still struggling with self-esteem issues, and we're working through that. And what better way to work through that than to help others as well? We've got Kelly is the first time listening from Boston,
Hi.
Michigan. She's down 35 pounds by counting calories, and her goal is an additional
You
25
got
pounds.
this.
You're
And that's
more than
incredible.
halfway.
Yes.
More than halfway there, so
Yes.
congratulations,
And
Kelly.
welcome. We are so glad you joined us.
Yes, we're here pretty much every Tuesday at 7:30 Central, and we stream live on Facebook, live on Instagram, and live on YouTube. That is a newer thing. And then these videos will live forever, hopefully, on YouTube after the fact. So if you want to listen to any of our previous ones, not all of them have made its way to YouTube, but going back a couple weeks and then going
Mhm.
forward, they'll all be on YouTube. So if you want to listen to our previous ones, also these are turned into podcasts and available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you need to listen to a one of our audio ones on your way to work, feel free.
Absolutely.
Hello, Joy. Glad to have you here as well.
Yes.
Yes, welcome, Kelly. Let us know if you have any other questions. We love engagement. So if you have any questions or comments, even if it's off topic, we love,
Yeah.
love, love comments. So feel free to comment away. But welcome.
Yes. Okay, so let's get started. So, it is essential to love your body or just yourself in general
Hmm.
throughout every stage of your journey, beginning to end. Some people just struggle the most at the beginning. But then there's also people that are just confident throughout it all. And I wish I was that person. But like I said, it can just be very hard to find that confidence, especially at the beginning, to just love your body, love how you look, because you're always looking forward to what it's going to look like in the future.
Absolutely. So it's really, really important to love your body at all stages. The beginning, I look back at some of my older photos where I'm larger, and I try to look on it with love. And also with giving myself grace to see how far I've come so far. Um, Sorry, she's trying to
Sorry.
scroll her notes. You can scroll over here now
Okay.
with this now that you've got the mouse over there.
Okay. Sorry.
So
I don't know how to use these computers.
I'm technical savvy and she's
He's
less
got like 3
tech
screens here, and
savvy.
it's very confusing.
Yeah, so it can be a little confusing. Joy, you mentioned you sent us a message on. Did you send a message, or did you send us a message? Was it on
Was it
Facebook or
it might have
Instagram?
been to our Losing It with Conways Facebook page.
Yeah, we're not as active on the losing it with Conways on the
We'll
Facebook
go look.
page, but we'll go look. But we typically hang out on Instagram and post more there. So, Joy, if you have an Instagram, feel free to look up our handle, losing it with the Conways there, and send us a message there. But I'll look to see if we find it on Facebook.
Yeah.
But we don't. Oh. Oh, okay. So there might be a
Okay.
message request.
I'll look for it.
We'll look for it. But yes, we love connecting with everyone. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is loving your body as you lose your weight. Losing weight comes with lots of pluses and maybe some minuses. Your body will definitely look different. I know something that I've not been enjoying so much is the looser skin, especially around the arms. And I know Courtney's been really self-conscious about that. And that's something that we're gonna have to learn to love. In my logical part of my brain, I think it's kind of like a war wound almost. Not
Yep.
quite a war wound,
Literally
but
what I was gonna
a
say.
trophy, so to speak. It shows that we were larger at once, and now we've made a lot of progress and a lot of work to lose that weight. So in my logical part of my brain, I can think of that as a trophy and a win and a success, and I know that it's a good thing. But sometimes looking at it can be a little sad, and a little frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's important to not focus too much on the negatives. It's more about the positive. You've lost that weight. You're healthier. There's other things that's more important than some extra skin.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes we just think we're gonna automatically fall in love with what we see the second we get to goal weight. And like you said, that's not always um it's not always the case.
Mhm.
Like you said, there's loose skin. There's like you can pick apart any flaw. You can have what you think is a perfect body. You can look at somebody and think they look perfect, and they will find something to pick apart with themselves. Everyone will. It's natural, it's normal. So just because you get to goal weight does not mean you're automatically going to just fall in love with the way you look. But it is important to fall in love with the way
Mhm.
you look, if that makes sense. Like it can be hard because you're still going to be picking apart every flaw.
Mhm.
And like with me, down 100 pounds, I sometimes still look in the mirror and see what I look like 100 pounds ago. Like he said, I'll send him my transformation photos, and people were like, it's very obvious the
Mhm.
difference. And I'm like, I don't see a difference at all. I'm looking at the before, I'm looking at the after, and I'm seeing the exact same
Mhm.
thing. I'm
Her
seeing all
brain
my
just
flaws.
kind of
Hmm.
just doesn't correlate the differences. Plus, also, it's different for your own body. When you see your own body and those changes are smaller and
Hmm.
incremental, it's easier to see in a photo sometimes, although it still can be difficult. Your brain can play tricks on you and say, "No, I'm not smaller," when in fact you are. So it's difficult to talk to your brain and get it kind of rewired into
Yeah.
seeing the new you.
Yes, it's a big mind game.
Mhm.
I will still go into the store and I will automatically go to the 3X and 4X clothes. And I haven't been in 3X or 4X in years,
Mhm.
but I
And they
will
don't look good on her
automatically,
either.
yeah. And I will put them on and he'll be like, what are you thinking? Like just the other day, I put on a shirt and he was
Mhm.
like, I'm not trying to be mean, but that does not look flattering. And I looked in the mirror and I saw a bigger, looser shirt and was like, oh, it's covering up on my flaws. This looks great. And thankfully, I had him to like be like, look, he did say it in a nice way. He wasn't like, that looks bad, but he
Yeah.
said, the other shirt you had on looked more flattering.
Yeah, because it was a little bit more smaller and a little bit more tighter.
Mhm.
So let's get to some of the comments too before we get
Yes.
too. Joy asked if we can get skin removal surgery for excess skin. You absolutely can. It all really depends.
Mhm.
We've known some people. We have a really good friend of ours, a mother of one of our friends, who had some skin removal surgery, and it worked really well for her.
Mhm.
Some insurance can cover it. Some will only cover it if it's kind of a medical necessity. Some people opt for it, and the insurance does not cover it, and they opt to pay for it and save up for it. We know people currently that are on our Instagram page that are currently
Mhm.
saving up
Saving up,
for
yeah.
it, because in their instance, it's not really a medical necessity. So insurance can be sometimes iffy about that. So it really definitely depends on your situation, and it also depends on how much loose
That's
skin.
what I
I
was just about to
might
say.
not have as much loose skin as someone because my weight is evenly distributed amongst my
And
6'8" person. So I might have a little less, but Courtney might have a little bit more because
like, I
she's
already
a
have
little
a
shorter.
lot of excess skin, and I still probably have another 125-ish pounds to lose.
Mhm,
And I already can see the loose skin. So we have talked about maybe in the future, if
mhm,
anything, my arms
yeah,
getting skin removal. But like he said, I also kind of like having the trophy.
mhm,
And I've gotten to a point where I don't care as much what people think.
mhm,
If they look at the loose skin and like, oh, gross, I don't really care because I put in the work to lose the weight. And I'm proud of my loose skin.
mhm, and
And
it'll
I
probably be
don't
a
always feel that way.
yeah, it will be like I was gonna say, it's gonna be a constant struggle,
Hmm.
but she is in a better stage where it's less of a problem now.
Hmm.
And when we first started this journey 4 years ago, if you had that low skin, you would have been hiding it at every single possible way. And now sometimes you're very proud of it, and you still have some moments, and I
Hmm.
still have some moments, but I definitely think we're both in a better situation now that we are more proud of it.
And
Do-
that,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No.
And that's the whole point of this is getting to a point where you're proud of how you look, where you're proud of what you see in the mirror at whatever stage you're in, whether you're starting or whether you're ending, just being proud because you are beautiful.
Mhm.
No matter what stage you're in, no matter what anybody has said to you throughout your life, you are beautiful. And like I said, it is a big mind game. It is something I constantly have to remind myself of every single day. There are days when I look in the mirror and I'm like, girl, you look good. And there are days I look in the mirror and like I said, I see myself 100 pounds ago. It is a constant struggle mentally and it's hard. It's not something that's easy. It is hard. And like I said, it's hard for everyone. Even that person that you look at that you think looks perfect. It's probably hard for them too. And it's sad that like pretty much everyone probably has this struggle. Even the most confident person
Mhm.
sometimes has a struggle mentally with
Yeah.
how they look.
Absolutely, and Regina mentions that clothes for her are kind of a way to hide her sins, but she's lost 92 pounds and only has about 10 pounds to go. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Congratulations, Regina.
And
Thanks for sharing.
that is the good thing though.
Mhm.
Clothing
It can.
can cover your loose skin, can cover some of those flaws, so to speak, to where you do feel better and you feel great. Like I like to wear pants that kind of cover it up, and I like to wear shirts that kind of cover it up, and that's okay too. Like it's okay to want to make it look a little bit more flattering,
Mhm.
as long as you feel good and feel good about how you look.
Yep, and Linda mentioned that she's down 70 pounds, which is amazing, but her, skin is a little upsetting, and totally I totally get that, and she says she tries to look at it as a badge of honor, but it's hard. It is. It really, really
And
is hard.
that's what I talked about earlier. It like you get to this weight and you think you're just automatically gonna love it, and you don't think about things like loose skin. And I mean, like I feel like I went from having excess skin, or not excess skin, but having all this weight on me where I was self-conscious to now I have this loose skin. That sometimes makes me self-conscious. And I'm like, I feel like it's you never win.
Mhm,
And that's why I keep mentioning that it is a mental struggle. It's something that you
mhm,
have to continuously remind yourself of constantly that like I look good. I have come this far. And that like you said, it is a badge of honor.
yeah, and then also when you mentioned the excess weight or excess skin, it seems like a lose-lose situation,
Mhm.
but you really when you break it down to the fact that even if you have the extra skin and you're not really super proud of the way you look, your body is healthier. And you're
Yeah.
removing a lot of those weight related health risks that you put yourself at when you're when you're at a higher weight. Your cardiovascular system, because you're exercising a little bit more frequently, is more healthy because you're eating healthier foods. Your other levels like cholesterol levels and sugars and other things will be easier to maintain. So even if you constantly struggle with your appearance, with your extra skin, after your weight loss or during the weight loss progress, try to focus more on the fact that you're healthier, that we're going to be reducing the health related risks that we could be having, and that we are hopefully extending our life um, so that we can be around for our kids
Mhm.
longer.
Yes. And Jordan on his Hey Jordan said that she'll take loose skin over health issues from being overweight any day. Absolutely. I feel the exact same way. Um, for sure. I will take the loose skin any day over heart problems, over blood problems, over sugar, like
Hmm.
sugar, whatever it is, insulin resistance. I'll take it over any of it.
Hmm. Absolutely, and and to also kind of reiterate, we've talked about our reasons why, and it's important to revisit the why you're doing this. And one of our reasons for doing this is to have a second child, and every pound we lose, regardless of how much skin we have
Hmm.
left, every pound we lose, the closer we are to increasing our chances to have another child. And so, saggy skin or not, when we get that goal of being healthier and being lighter in weight, and then when we do finally get pregnant, that will be a win. And so it really hopefully will overshadow all
Hmm.
the other negative things too. So go back and think about your whys. So we some of our comments when we had our why thing is to reduce medical independence, reduce independence or get independence from medicines. So not having the insulin resistance or having issues with sugar, and have not having to have the blood pressure medicine as often. So rethink those whys. The having a baby, getting off medicines, being more healthy for your
Hmm.
children. Those rethink those, and those will also help you deal with the image issues too.
Yes. And another like mental issue that some people have is they feel like they will be seen as conceited if they feel confident about themselves. Don't worry about that.
Hmm.
Don't worry about that. I love when I see people that were overweight or even still overweight and go from just like you can just tell that their confidence has just come.
Hmm.
It's amazing. Like it makes me so happy. And don't let anyone tear you down and make you think that you're conceited just because you're confident in how you look. Like it's okay to love how you look. It's okay to feel good.
Hmm.
It's okay to know you look good. It's okay. And you are not conceited
Hmm.
for feeling that way.
No, and a certain amount of conceitedness is still good and it's healthy.
It's
You
okay.
need to enjoy yourself, and you need to feel positive about yourself. I know sometimes when I go into the gym and I go into the locker room and I see really fit guys and they're posing in front of the mirror, um, my first initial reaction is that's silly. And it seems conceited. But then I stop and think, well, if I looked like that, I probably would be kind of proud of my body then. And I want to be that proud of my body when I get to a healthy weight too. So it might also help your views
Mhm.
of other people as well, when you work on your own self esteem and your own image issues.
Yeah.
And Joy's rocking that swimsuit.
Yes. And Jordan mentioned how the trolls on Instagram tell her she's full of herself now and she doesn't even care. Um, I was actually thinking about you because I know people try to say you're conceited and you were just confident and it makes me so happy. So happy, Jordan. So you just keep on being proud because I'm proud. Anyways.
Yes, and let I know it's easier said than done, but let those trolls give you motivation to keep doing well. Not only that, but those trolls add with their comments, add
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 engagement
add
and
engagement to your accounts so that you more people see it too. So Joy said, Baywatch, here I come. When I'm out jogging, I feel like I'm in Baywatch. Not for a positive reason
Oh
either,
my
but
goodness. But anyways, sometimes we just need to force ourselves to see the positive. I sometimes just have to say like three positive things about myself. Like I have to force myself sometimes. Like, okay, blah 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 blah. Like whatever those positive things are, sometimes we just need to remind ourselves of something positive to bring that self-esteem back. Because sometimes it is hard to bring back. And also just surrounding yourself with positive people. If you're
mhm,
constantly around negative people that are tearing you down, that's not that's not going to make you feel good about yourself. That's not going to make you feel positive. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that are going to uplift you and not bring you down, because that is a huge part of the way we see ourselves is also what people are feeding into us,
mhm.
whether we realize it or not. So make sure you are around those positive people as well.
Yes, we love recognizing other people's success. So if you're down and you're having issues, shoot us a message, and we'll pay attention to our message requests a little bit more now. Thanks for Joy for letting us know. But we would love to share in your success. And help encourage you, because we've
Mhm.
gotten so much encouragement from friends and from each other. You have those accountability partners that you can go to. I've mentioned before, if you're feeling kind of like you're struggling, go visit a friend or family member you haven't seen in a while. And because
Mhm.
they haven't seen you in a while, that transformation is going to be more drastic to them, and they'll be giving you so many compliments, and that will make you feel really good.
Yes.
Um, Jordan mentions on Instagram, recommended following people on social media who make you love yourself and to not compare. So, like that goes along with what Courtney says: surround yourself with positive people. So find positive accounts on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. People that share positivity, love, and encouragement,
Mhm.
and you just fill your feed with positive people. And even if there are other people out there that find your stuff and comment on there, but following people
Yes.
that give you good stuff. I had somebody mention that they wanted to get off of Facebook because all they see is negativity. And we're like, that's because of the people you follow
Yes,
and
and
you're
like she
friends with.
said, it is okay to unfollow as well. Like
Absolutely.
it's your decision. You don't have to follow someone just because they follow you or just because you've been following them for so long. If they don't serve you anymore, go ahead and unfollow. It's fine.
Absolutely. So follow all the positive people, and so that your feed is filled with nothing but positive things. You scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, and you come across a positive video that you like, give them a heart, and or like on Facebook, and encourage them to promote more. And not only that, but the more you engage with those positive posts, the more they'll show up in your
Mhm.
feed too.
Yes, absolutely. And Nancy says the older she gets, the less she cares about what anyone else thinks. I feel the same way. Like I am 36 and I wish high school Courtney could see me. And I still have a long way to go. A long way to go. I feel like I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that two teenage boys were making fun of me when I walked out of the gym and I cried. I called him crying.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, I wish I could have just been the person to brush that off. But the point of my story is even with moments like that,
Mhm.
I have come so far since even when I was in high school. And I wish, like, the older I get, like Nancy says, the more I just don't care.
Because the high
I
school
just
Courtney might have seen those boys laughing, and she might have stopped going to the gym.
Mhm.
While it did affect her
Absolutely.
and it did make her cry, she didn't let us stop her. She continued working out at the gym. Jordan had somebody unfollow her because she made her feel worse. But then she apologized.
Yeah, she eventually came back.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll have some people on there that will follow you and
But
unfollow
the
you.
point is she says she did what she had to do and Jordan was not upset,
Yeah,
like at all.
absolutely. So if you have to unfollow somebody, feel free to unfollow somebody for a short period of time, and then
Mhm.
bring and follow them back. You never know; they might be struggling with something of their own too.
Yes.
Joy mentions she swims laps, and it's kind of a game now to see someone who is a veteran swimmer, and then she has to wait and get them a head start, and then go. That's amazing. I like swimming. I like doing laps. I don't get to do it as much as I used to, because it's hard to get a lane sometimes, depending on how many people are waiting for a
Yes,
lap.
it's difficult. But also my last point is at the end of the day, have grace. Give yourself grace. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. Give yourself grace no matter what the reason is, whether you've fallen off track, whether you are having low self-esteem, whether just give yourself some grace. And remember, you're never alone. Like I said,
Mhm.
everyone has those moments. Whether you feel like the person should not, everyone looks at someone else and wishes they look like them.
Mhm.
Even the person that you're looking at thinking, I wish I looked like them, is looking at somebody else thinking,
Mhm.
I wish I looked like them. And it's like a never-ending cycle.
It is.
So just remember, you're never alone. If you are feeling down, if you are having low self-esteem, go to someone, go to that person that's positive and makes you feel better about yourself and tell them, hey, I feel like I look like a sack of potatoes today. And let that person lift you up. Like that's him for me. I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling too pretty today. And he just lists off all the reasons why I should feel otherwise. Like get you that person. And when you are feeling that way, like have someone that will bring your self-esteem up.
Absolutely. And thank you, Linda and Ruth, for your kind words. We love getting that feedback because we're here for you, and we feel like we get as much from the comments and everyone watching us, and we also want to do good so that we can make you all proud. So thank you so much, Linda and Ruth, for commenting and being so kind. And Kelly, I'm so glad you found us,
Mhm.
and we'll be happy to have you back every week. We are pretty much here every
Yes.
Tuesday.
If there's anything that changes, we try
Yes.
to give you guys at least a week heads up.
Yeah, so we'll give you a heads up. So if we have to change the day or time, there are occasions. We had one of my cousins pass away a couple weeks ago, and so we took off kind of unexpectedly. And then we had some other healthy coasts step in
Mhm.
and do the live for us. So, but you'll see us here. But you also, if there is a plan change, you can also see it on the Healthy
Mhm.
Facebook page, and I believe they might also
Yeah.
post it on Instagram, just so you know that there's a change. Joy said that her 30-second laps are now 26-second laps, and that's
Ooh.
even with some knee issues. But that is amazing. I'm probably at my fastest. I was probably at about a 40-second lap. Because I haven't been swimming recently, though it's more like a 56-second laps. But that's amazing. 30 seconds is great. So we are running a little bit short on time. So let's go ahead and talk about our recipe. So Courtney can share that with you, and then also it'll be shared on Healthy's pages tomorrow as well. If you don't catch
Yes.
it today.
Okay, this is a very, 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 very easy chicken salad. That we will throw it together if we have no ideas for dinner or lunch or just whatever. You can use one of the larger, like 12-ounce cans of canned chicken, or you can use rotisserie chicken, whatever kind of chicken you like. 4 tablespoons of light mayonnaise and 2 teaspoons of the blend seasoning. It's by I believe it's Kinder brand. It's literally salt, pepper, and garlic. So you can also use salt, pepper, and garlic if you don't have that. Um, but drain the chicken or use rotisserie, like I said, if you prefer. Add it to a bowl. Add in the mayonnaise and the seasoning blend and mix it together, and that's literally it. You can add mix-ins if you'd like celery, pickles, whatever you would like. But we usually just eat it plain Jane with just the seasoning because the seasonings with the mayonnaise and the chicken, it's
Very
chef
good.
kiss. We actually were walking through Costco and they had this chicken salad as a what is
Gift.
it, a sample,
Hmm.
and we instantly bought the stuff. We were like, we're going to be making this all the time.
Hmm.
So it was delicious. But anyways, you can also have it with crackers, veggies, salads, as a sandwich, just however you like it. But we like it because it's so simple and we can literally throw it together in like a minute and a half.
Yep, and
Super
it's anywhere from 3 to 7 bites, depending on which plan you're on. 259 calories, 2.8 net carbs. Is that right? 40.7
Yes,
grams
40
of
because
protein.
it's
That's a lot of protein.
yeah, it's literally 6 ounces of chicken,
Oh wow, that's a
like
lot.
per serving.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's delicious. It's very customizable. Oh, and to go back, Joy mentioned she was using a knee buoy. So she was only doing the 30-second laps with her arms. So that's even more
Oh,
impressive.
nice.
Yes.
I
But that,
can't swim, so I don't know what any of that's like.
yeah, bless her. She's afraid of drowning
It's my mom's fault.
even when she can stand up and it's to her waist.
It's my
She's
mom's fault.
a little nervous, but that's okay. We,
I can kind of swim now a little bit. I can probably swim enough to
the
save my
the
life.
more she's in the water, the more confident she is. But the less she's in it, she kind of loses that confidence a little
Mhm.
bit. But we're planning on getting our daughter swimming lessons so she can be
I don't want her to be scared like
a
me.
little goldfish, which I love swimming. So hopefully we can get her some more skills so she's really
Oh,
pleased with it.
one thing with the recipe, I can't remember if we said this. It will be posted on Healthy's
Yep.
Instagram and Facebook tomorrow. You said that?
Yeah, it's very big.
Sorry, my brain is not working
That's
properly.
okay.
It just isn't.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. All the new people, all the returning people. Are so thankful to have you here.
And one thing, real quick, if you have any topics you want us to go over, anything like that, please let us know because we want to talk about what you want to hear.
Absolutely, we want this to be meaningful for you all. But thank you so much for joining us. We will see you all next week, next Tuesday at
Thank
7:30.
you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.